Hey guys, how's it going? It's X666X Iron Maiden. Today we're here with The Ocean with one of their new songs called Devonian, Nascent. Actually, I guess it's Devonian. It could be Devonian or Devonian. I'm not 100% sure how they chose to go with that. This is from their album, the Fenerozoic. Oh man, there's some weird names for these albums, these songs. Fenerozoic, or if the C is pronounced like that. One Paleozoic. I would have to hear it said to be able to pronounce it anyway. Yeah, this video came out not too long ago, but I was just made aware of it, probably because not long ago I know I did do the reaction to one of the Ocean songs not too long ago. This features Jonah, or Jonas, or however you pronounce it, from Catatonia as well, which pretty excited for, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a huge fan of Catatonia. Ever since I've seen them live, they were on tour as supporting band for Opeth when I had seen Opeth, and been a fan of Catatonia ever since, so this should be a good one. It's a little bit of a longer one too, so a really good dose of The Ocean here. 11 minutes. Let's get into it. That's why, because when I was asked to check this out, the album had just dropped. That was why it just popped up recently. Nice chill intro. That's a beautiful intro. It definitely feels like the mood I've been in for the last few days too. I've still been having a hard time readjusting my sleep schedule, and I've been pretty mellow and chill by the time it gets to this point in the night, while I'm trying to readjust to going to bed at midnight after being sick for 2 weeks. And I kind of wish I would have smoked up before this, as right now this is fitting the fitting type of thing to smoke up to before listening to at the moment. Some of that orchestration in there too. Nice. Man, I love his voice, man. That sounds sweet. curious how much it's gonna. I was just gonna ask, when's it gonna build up? Because it felt like it was coming, and it hit right when I was thinking about it. I love when bands hit marks that I just sometimes, you know, I'm gonna stop it for this for a sec. When a band like presets, sometimes when I'm listening to a band, I think I've said this before, some of you might remember, sometimes when I'm listening to a song, I just have like this like almost like where I see the song going before it gets to certain parts, and sometimes it can be either a disappointment or a joy to see them hit those marks. And just a disappointment the first time, only because I felt like I knew where it was going, and then it goes somewhere else where I don't feel like it fits as good as where it could have been. That's just me. That's just the way my brain works. It's not because I think I'm better in the band or anything like that. I kind of like, from hearing so much music over the years, I kind of feel like I know where it could be going, you know, how it would work, and I just love when it actually hits like that, and it did right here. As soon as I was starting to think, man, it feels like it's going to pick up like any second, or at least it should, is the way I did say it. It should pick up soon. It picked up like right then. It's perfect so far. I know we haven't checked these guys out much, but man, I'm really loving their sound. It's so chill. It reminds me of Catatonia just because he's singing, and it could definitely be Catatonia playing the music right now too. It has that very similar style. Yeah, we're only like halfway through it too, man. That's really sweet. If the whole album is kind of like this, man, that's something I could put on to and just go for like a drive and just like space out on a little bit. And of course, pay attention to the road at the same time. But you guys know what I mean, those of you that like to put music on in your car. Kind of like this style of music. It's just amazing. The contrast of the vocals are really great too. Ooh, excuse me. And that's a nice change up right around halfway through the song too, coming in with the harsher vocals and then switching up the rhythm a little bit here. That's sweet, man. The song still feels like it's building up, and I think it slightly has just a little bit more at this point from where it just was before the switch up. The heaviness has definitely gone up. This part of the song, you can really tell that it's the ocean. Because if you would have played the first part of this song and said it was Catatonia, I might have believed it was. Yeah, this is definitely a good song as an example of something you just go and you want to get lost into, because it is, at the same time, it's a little long for 11 minutes, you know, so it's the type of song you'd probably more listen to if you're not completely, maybe if you want to immerse yourself in it and maybe get lost in it, or maybe if you're doing something else at the same time. Because when you think about it, for 11 minutes, the main riffs only switched maybe 3-4 times throughout the whole song. So it can feel, I'm sure to others, kind of repetitive because of that fact. I can see it for sure, feeling that way. Especially for those that don't really listen to a lot of prog, I guess. It could probably be like that too. And with only one main switch up from like the vocals, like both vocal parts basically stayed the same for their vocal parts throughout their whole parts, so it doesn't even have that much of a change up on the vocals to a certain degree. Ooh, excuse me. But it's still, if you're listening, you know, you can still hear the changes going on throughout the music. Like a lot of the riffs were actually really catchy when you're like really paying attention to them. But again, this is the type of music that while you're listening to it, if you don't think about paying attention, sometimes you can just get lost in the music as a whole, and you don't really completely realize what happened on each instrument unless you really like listen to it a bunch of times and finally start focusing. That's one thing I have with this style, is that sometimes I'll listen to it and I'll just hear it as like a whole. I wouldn't be able to tell you like what the bass did there, the guitar did there. I have to listen to it a bunch of times to really remember each part, because it's just so beautifully meshed together. I find with stuff like this band does. From what we've seen so far from them, they seem to be pretty amazing at that. And again, a beautiful touch having Jonas, or it's either Jonas or Jonah, however he pronounces it, from Catatonia, doing the vocals the first part of the song, because I love his voice, man. I can't stress enough. I already said it like twice, but I really do love his voice, and it fits for the first part of the song, and then the switch up to all the screaming later. I guess we'll just say vocals. We'll say vocals. Screaming's, I always feel like when I say screaming, unless it's actually like screaming, it's like it's still a growl, I guess. It's like a mixture of like a scream and growl together is how I like to describe that one that they're using here. But it's a nice contrast between both vocals, and it kind of like splits up the song, which I think they're obviously definitely going for here by doing that sudden change, especially with the riff getting heavier too. So all in all, a pretty great song, and I hope you guys enjoyed checking it out too. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to see more from me. I'm excuse me, also on Patreon if you'd like to support the channel. And as always, you guys have a good one. I'll catch you later.